Hey, welcome back to Order 42. Now, episode 4 of Wheel of Time was insane. Like, crazy, crazy insane. And really, alongside of that was your response to my review of it. And I want to thank you so much for that. If you liked, subscribed, watched it, I really do appreciate that was crazy. But anyway, episode 5. Can they keep up that crazy, insane pace? Let's find out. In the previous episode, the Aes Sedai's prisoner lashed out and Nynaeve came to the rescue, and Mat showed a darkness not previously seen. In this episode, Moraine, Lan, and Nynaeve arrive at Tar Valon, and separately, Mat and Rand, who get to witness the arrival of the false dragon. Along the road to Tar Valon, Egwene, Perrin, and the Tuatha'an encounter the White Cloaks. The first thing I noticed while watching this episode, and the first thing I actually took note of, was the fact that Nynaeve was touching her braid and crossing her arms under her breasts. Now, it sounds like a strange thing to say, but it is something that is said repeatedly in the books. And actually, it was Murphy Napier who pointed that out. And it's actually kind of funny that she does it like a few times in this episode. It's kind of funny. One of the scenes that I was sort of looking forward to and kind of like thinking, okay, this is probably when things are gonna happen, is when Perrin and Egwene are, captured by the White Cloaks, and this whole torturing by Child Valda. Perrin confesses to Egwene that he killed his wife, and that was kind of a cool little scene. And then Egwene frees Perrin using the one power, and they both escape with the help of wolves. Now, this was cool for me, like I said, to finally see this thing play out, and to see maybe how they're gonna do this, right? And for those of you who have read the books, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was different than it was in the book, especially how this whole escape plays out. But it was still really cool to see it, and you kind of get an idea of how they're gonna do some of this stuff going forward. And I hate to be coy about what I'm trying to say here, but yeah, trust me, it's worth it. I guess one of the big reveals in this episode is Loial, right? I mean, he's an Ogier, and this is the first time we've seen an Ogier in the show. And he brings Nynaeve to Rand and Mat, and of course, Mat's sickness is it's very apparent at this point. And Rand sits down with Nynaeve and basically says, "Hey, I think Mat can channel, and that he may be the one that everybody's looking for, and he's very afraid of trusting the Aes Sedai at all, and which understandable." Now, admittedly, to me, the design and appearance, I guess, of Loial is different than what I kind of had in my head, because there's Ogiers don't exist, right? So we have to, we have to like imagine them, and the way that he looked, it was just completely different than what I had in my head when I was reading the books. But his character is very, very well done. I think his character is intact. So one of the things that I'm hoping is that along the way, we get to see more of his character and see more of his, I guess his race of people, kind of. And I'm sure over time I'll probably come to accept, his appearance. But like right now, I'm kind of like, it's just a little off for me right now. For those of you who have read the books, especially Eye of the World, I'm kind of wondering how this mystery regarding Mat and the five, right? How this mystery is affecting you, because like for me, I'm actually enjoying trying to watch it sort of like somebody who's seeing it for the first time. I'm enjoying the mystery. I'm enjoying not knowing, because I think in the books, it's just kind of, a lot of it's just kind of laid out. And I kind of wish that they had followed the series in that respect, as far as keeping that mystery intact. Now, throughout this whole episode, you see sort of the mourning process around Kareen, which I think is really cool to see. Lan is trying to sort of soothe Steppen, and I guess encourage him and things like that, but try to be supportive of him. But the pain of losing Kareen is too much for him, and yeah, he kills himself, which is It very reminiscent of like samurai committing seppuku, right? And I thought that was really cool. Even though this doesn't take place in the books, it was cool to see it, and it sort of underlines that whole connection between the Aes Sedai and their warders. I think that's really, really cool. And I think the biggest surprise around all of this is Lan showing so much emotion. Um, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect Lan to be showing as much emotion as he has been in these first 5 episodes. You know, in the books, he's very closed off for a very, very long time. And even though I enjoy that, I'm also really kind of enjoying seeing the emotional side of Lan overall. Even though this is like a quieter episode, it really the last episode ended with such a bang that it's kind of hard to. I think some people might be disappointed by episode 5 just because it's not action packed and it doesn't continue with that momentum that you get at the last 10-15 minutes of the previous episode. But I was really enjoying the episode up to that point, and then it just kind of put this big exclamation point at the end of the last episode. This, even though the action is it's pretty tame in comparison, I really still enjoyed this one. A lot of character work. The cinematography is still like amazingly good. And the acting, the performances seems to be, again, it's on par with the previous episode. So that's definitely a good thing. In my mind, I'm still super excited for the future of this series. I mean, I think what we're getting is something really, really special. And I think most of us will probably say episode 4 is sort of like the one to beat as far as quality goes, but episode 5 was still a solid entry. So episode 5, what did you think? Like, are you with me? And you're like, wow, Lan and Perrin, wow, cool. Like, are you with me on that? Or are you kind of like, uh, like there's this little tiny part of me that's like, there's still a lot to go, and we've only got 3 episodes left. So, so let me know down below what you think about all this, and we'll talk about it. So thank you again so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.